Hey guys, I hope you're doing well. Today we're going to be building a bass guitar from a kit. I was looking for a P bass and during my search I stumbled on this left-handed kit from Solo. It's a SL PBKM. I enjoy putting kits together, so I picked it up, got a great deal on it, and I'm going to be documenting this build. A beautiful neck, rosewood fretboard, maple neck, mahogany body. We're going to grain fill, sand this, stain this, and then apply a couple of coats of true oil. And I think we're going to get a really beautiful guitar. The components which come with these kits are fairly basic, but they get the job done. And I might try to age them just to give it that more rustic look. So we'll see based on how the guitar finish turns out. So let's get started. So here's the body. I'm going to remove the pick guard. We have the ground wire. So I bought this kit used. So I'm guessing this was not assembled. It came separately because I can see the springs on one of the pickups are not even put. They're just lying around there. So I'm going to assume this person tried to put it together in a hurry and then just gave up. So one pickup has the screws in, but the other doesn't. So we'll see. So here's what's happened. The screws were not treadled in properly. So I don't know if you can see that, but they are partially treadled. We'll basically get the electronics out of the way for now. And let's focus on finishing up the body. Oh great, so there's been a little bit of sanding done, but without removing the pick guard. So I'm going to first light sand the entire top, then I'll apply some of this cherry wood filler. So I'm just going to use some 320 with my sanding block. I know it's a bit used and abused, but that's okay. See the back. This is definitely not finished, so I'm gonna I like to do the belly carve with just my hand so that I get it nice and smooth. Proceed at your own risk. Looks okay so far. So I'm drying it now in front of the fireplace and we'll get back to it and sand it. I'm going with Minwax in gunstock finish. Dab in a bit. Let's go for it. Boys and girls, make sure you tape off your fretboard. Don't do it this way. This is a little dicey. I'm going to tape off the fretboard. Second run. $320. This side is very smooth. Here. Alrighty. Now I'm going to go with ebony. I'm going to use some steel wool, and you can see here it's very glossy. Just got to take it out, just a bit of the gloss. So, same procedure with the body, some steel wool. You can see there's shine and there's also a little bit of grit, so we're just going to So you got the base plate. I have to put the ground cable first. Make sure you're not going in over any wires, because that is not going to forgive you. Fit. So let's turn it around. I'm gonna give it a minute or two and then I'll come back and wipe it. Okay, I'm gonna wipe the board down, all the excess. And here's the finished base. I've gone with a dark walnut look for the mahogany body, which has turned out beautiful. It's extremely smooth, and you can see the sheen on it. It's got that nice smooth satin sheen. I used 1 coat of ebony, then I think 2 coats of true oil, and of course a lot of sanding in between. So right from 320 grit to steel wool, I sanded this guitar a lot. And for the neck, I went with a vintage amber feel, which I think looks beautiful. This is something I always wanted to do in my first attempt, so I'm pleasantly surprised. From where I started with my first SG build, I made quite a lot of progress over the few builds I've done, and this has got to be my best build yet. I had wanted to go with a nitrocellulose finish, but since I had to do this project indoors, I had no option but to go with a stain. So I went to the hardware store and literally tried a whole bunch of samples and settled on Minwax gunstock finish, and this is 2 coats of that product, and of course about 4 coats of true oil here. Maybe 1 coat would be closer to a real vintage amber tint, since this is slightly darker after it dried. This build was really simple. I think I spent about 4 days, 5 days on the body work, and I spent about 2 hours on finishing the rest of the guitar. These necks are really good. This is the second time I've had a great kit from Solo. So I had the double neck done before, and apart from some shimming over there, I didn't really do too much to fix the neck. And it's the same case here. All I had to do was file down one of the slots for the nut, because the A string was just slipping out. So I just kind of filed it inclined towards the neck, and now it's seated well. The action is nice and low. This plays so easily now, you know. So I've just recorded a sample playing this guitar, so let's see how it sounds. I think I can call this done. I haven't put the belt strap buttons yet because I'm not decided on whether I want to use those cheap ones or use something better on it. So I just decided not to mount them. And yeah, it's a left-handed base, so I have to get rid of this at some point and build myself a right-handed one. So let me know what you thought of this build. If you have built a guitar or bass from a kit, drop me a line, share your experiences. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and do consider subscribing. And with that, I'll wrap this up and see you on my next update. Bye now.